And President Uhuru Kenyatta has unveiled a new state department to oversee the ongoing implementation of the competence-based curriculum. The new state department for implementation of curriculum reforms within the Ministry of Education has been tasked with the rollout of the new education system, including recommendations of a task force whose report the president launched on Tuesday.
The head of state says the competency-based curriculum will make Kenya's education system responsive to the demands of the modern world and rallied Kenyans to back the process.
On this 9th day of February 2021, set my hand and presidential seal and established a new state department for the implementation of curriculum reforms vested in the Ministry of Education. Further to these reforms, I wish to direct the Ministry of Education to 1. Establish a comprehensive monitoring and evaluation mechanism that will facilitate tracking of the implementation process so that prompt interventions can be incorporated where necessary.
The head of state announced the changes Tuesday at Kenyatta International Convention Center, where he presided over the unveiling of a task force report dubbed Enhancing Access, Relevance and Quality for Effective Curriculum Reforms Implementation.
The 844 curriculum became inconsistent with the aspirations of our growing nation, particularly because of its overload curriculum and its academic and examination-focused approach. Similarly, it proved rigid and unforgiving to the learner who did not fit into its mold. A mold that placed inordinate emphasis on content as opposed to competency, raw knowledge as opposed to hands-on skills. And as we began re-engineering it, we had to return to the fundamental principles of sessional paper number 10 of 1965. The spirit of this anchor instrument was simple. Citizens do not fail. It is systems that...
On the reopening of schools, the head of state said the government continues to be vigilant as schools resume after a long period of closure due to the outbreak of the coronavirus disease. Some of the recommendations by the Fatuma Shege task force include transition to junior high school should not be based on one main examination, but a NEC-administered assessment that will only account for 40%.
That transition from primary grade 6 to junior secondary grade 7 shall not be based on one of national summative examination that fails to capture the diverse capabilities and competences of the diverse Kenyan children. And we have recommended a process that will help create hope and inspire every learner in this country regardless of their differences.
The new curriculum seeks to empower students with skills in various areas of their study and address the skills gap in the job market. Caroline Kamar reporting for Channel 1 News.